I'm Maria Brown. Welcome back. Hit that subscribe button.
Preheat your oven to 425 degrees. In another video, I'll show you how to make pie crust. And now I'm just going to roll it out. Just start from the center and roll out. Now this just came out of the refrigerator, so it's nice and cold. And just keep going until it's big enough for your pie plate. That definitely is big enough. Now just lift it up, put it right inside your pie plate, and gently press it down in the bottom. Now we want to cut off this extra. Get a sharp knife and let's just go all the way around the edge. Now what we're going to do is make a little edge on this. So what you can do is just pinch and push and get a nice little edge like this. I love for my pie crust to be perfectly imperfect so that it does not look like a store-bought pie crust. There are a couple of things I can do. I can brush just the edge with an egg wash to give it that golden color. Or the other thing I could do is I could take this extra crust and I can roll this out thin and I can make a little border or a little design for the edge of this pie. Now, go ahead and pop this pie crust into the refrigerator until your filling is ready. So I just rolled the rest of the dough. Let me show you how I'm making these leaves for the edge. I took just a little cup, I made an indent, and now I'm just cutting out one leaf here and one leaf on this side. And then I'm just making the little veins. They don't have to be perfect. Whether you're going to use the leaves or not, you need to make up a little egg wash. Just one egg, and we're going to put a little bit of heavy cream in there. And then we're going to use this to brush the edge. Now we're going to make the pumpkin filling. Here I started with 2 cups of my roasted pumpkin puree. If you didn't make your own, just use canned. To this, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/3 cup of white sugar. In this little container, I have all the spices. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground clove, and the zest from 1/2 lemon. And that all goes in there. In addition, I've got 2½ eggs here. So it's 2 whole eggs plus just the yolk from another egg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And the last thing that goes in is a can of evaporated milk. Make sure you shake it well before you open it. That all goes in there, and we're just going to mix this all up. After you've mixed that all together, just go ahead and pour it into your chilled pie crust. I'm just going to go all the way around the edges with egg wash. If you're not using any other decorations, that's all you want to do is just brush the edge. But because I'm going to use a little decoration on the edge, I'm going to use this egg wash kind of as a glue to stick the leaves right on. And then I'll put some more on the outside of the leaves. Okay, so I'm just going to start pushing the leaves on, pressing it in at the edge. Now I'm just going to take more egg wash and go just along the top of the leaves all the way around. Now, if you're toying at all with the possibility of, after the pie is ready, throwing a couple extra leaves in the middle, you do want to put a little bit of egg wash on top of those and pop those in the oven. Now this goes right in the oven at 425 degrees for 15 minutes, and then we're going to lower the oven temperature. I'm going to put these in at 425 as well and see what they look like after 10 or 15 minutes. It might even take less. It just depends on how thick you've rolled it out. The pie is going to puff up as you bake it, but as it cools, it's going to sink. It will do that. Right underneath here, I put the extra leaves. After the first 15 minutes, reduce the oven temperature to 325 degrees for another 45 to 55 minutes. We'll just keep an eye on it. I did cover the edges with a little foil so they don't brown too much. That's been 45 minutes, and though it looks delicious, it's not quite puffed up yet, so it's not ready yet. So I'm going to, at this point, take the foil off the edges, and I'm going to keep it in here for another 10 minutes. That looks really good. I'm going to put the knife in the center. It's going to continue to set up a little bit, so you want it a little wobbly in the middle. It looks beautiful. And so I'm going to grab this and take it out. So I let this cool for 2 hours on a wire rack, and it's ready to put in the refrigerator for tomorrow. Now, those holes in it are from the knife. You can just cover them up with whipped cream. I did make a couple of extra leaves, so I'm just going to cover them up with leaves. And that's it. Just look at that crust. It's gorgeous. This is going to be delicious. Can't wait to cut into it. Enjoy.
Leave comments below and remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching.